Clinton Miner here from Sawtooth Bushcraft, here on the banks of the Boise River and back at the tailgate. Want to share with you some ideas I've had. And you know, in the movie Hunt for Red October, there's a great scene where Glenn Scott is blasting, the captain of the submarine is blasting through the submarine trying to get to another part of the submarine, and he shouts out, I guess, what is a Navy term, and that is, make a hole. Get out of the way. Get me through where I need to go. Today's video and the next couple of videos, I'm going to do a little series here talking about the tools that I have in front of me here, are just that. Make a hole. So stay tuned, and we'll be discussing various ways that a bushcrafter can make a hole. Okay, we're back now. Let me talk to you about what I've got here in front of me. Obviously, all of these things aren't backpack ready implements, but they're all things that can be used in a bushcraft or even in a prepper situation where there isn't electricity, where you need to make a hole. And I'll talk to you about each of these in turn. I'm going to just quickly go through them, and then what we're going to try and do is probably make 2 or 3, maybe 4 videos where we talk about the qualities of each of these. The first thing I've got here is what are called gimlets. These gimlets are something I've recently learned about. I think Coal Cracker Bushcraft showed these to me. I think that I've seen them in other places. In fact, I've seen people actually blacksmithing those. I'm going to put a link to these to where you can pick those up at Amazon. They're very inexpensive, and we'll show here in a minute just how versatile they are in allowing you to make small holes, very light, can be carried with you. 1 or 2 or 3 or all 4 of these could be carried with you on the trail and allow you to do a couple of things both in wood and in and leather to create holes that are uniform and consistent. The next item I have next to it here is, you'll see I have here a set of ratchets. I'll explain why that's there in a minute. And I also have here a set of drill bits, and I picked up both of those at Harbor Freight. Now, I know that's not the highest quality, and I will put links to a little higher quality of the same items, but for what we're doing, for the limited amount of use we're going to be using each of these in a situation in bushcrafting, I think they come to a pretty good place as far as price and value as opposed to constant use. If you're going to be doing more use, you probably want something a little more consistent with that. I'll explain that. That's going to be one of the videos we talk about how to turn these into something that a bushcrafter can carry with him in the field, in the backpack. If you've got the intention of doing something, including making camp chairs where you're creating holes and sticking doweling into those, or carving the ends of sticks to go into those, that'll be the second video. With that, obviously, if you're just in a camp, the old brace and bit, and this is a great old brace and bit I picked up at a second-hand store, a brace, along with a set of bits that again I picked up at a second-hand store. And these are fantastic if you have a base camp where you're going to be doing that kind of work. Very good, very precision, can really turn out some nice holes. This setup that I have here is the opportunity to kind of mimic that in a way that is a much lighter, much more compact way to carry that on a trail. And finally, the last item I have here are some items that I actually had made. I have a friend who is a quality welder. I again picked these bits up. It was a 3-bit set from Harbor Freight. Going back to these, I think these are under $15. They may be $16 or $17, the bits themselves. So you get a 7-piece bit set, and the socket set I purchased is under $6. So a $20 set can turn you on to something you can use on the trail. I think these were under $20, the 3 of these. And what those provide me with, and the reason I had these made was specifically if I want to drill a deeper hole. For example, if I wanted to cut this log and use it interacted with intertwined with another log or another set of logs to make a log cabin, and I want to have a hole go through this and through the next log, I had him make these for me. And what I'll show you is all you have to do is find yourself a piece of maple here along the shores of the Boise, up in the mountains. Find yourself a piece of choke cherry, cut it, whittle it down to where it'll fit through this hole, and then you use it the same way we'll talk about using this smaller set. So again, this is the opportunity we're going to have to show you how to make a hole. So let's go on to the first of these, the gimlets. These gimlets, as we look closer at them, are simply a bent piece of metal with a threaded starter and then a typical drill bit. And what that allows us to do in a situation such as this is, if we take one of those, set these aside. I'm going to go with the medium-sized one, and I want a nice round uniform hole in my leather. I can use this just like I would with a piece of wood. I simply screw it in and continue to turn it, and it'll self-tap, and then I simply turn it through that leather, and just like a drill bit, just as though I had an actual drill, I'm going through that. Oh, I've split my wood, but I've come through that completely. And now I back it out, and I've created a nice round uniform hole that I can clean up a little bit and use to stitch, use as a tie down. Excellent tool for leather. Now we split this wood. I'm going to go ahead and just go the same kind of a situation with the wood itself, the gimlet. This is very dry redwood decking, so it's a little bit prone to splitting. But as I go through this, if I just use it like a drill bit, I can actually drill a hole through this with not too much effort, and I've got the beginnings of a nice uniform consistent hole that I can use to put in a screw. I can use it to set a piece of metal in there, a piece of wire for hanging a pot, all kinds of options, and very little effort. You can see here that I've got a nice good uniform hole. I can go all the way through that by just working it through, and that gimlet will just keep working through. I'm being real careful, I'm kind of working through and then backing it back out so that I don't split the wood, because this is so dry and it is wood that is very prone to split. But I can go ahead and get through this and have that hole that I'm trying to make with the gimlet. Comes in 4 sizes. The relative cost you'll see on the link that I'll put with this provide you with an opportunity to have something in your kit that if you want to put a hole through a stick so that you can hang a couple of ropes on each end and hang a towel over it, any number of things, these gimlets will let you drill those holes in either leather, wood, or other soft materials like that, and create a uniform, consistent hole that in your carving or any of those types of things, you've got what you're looking for, as opposed to trying to use the tip of your knife to put, say, a hole through a Cusca cup or something like that. So gimlets are a great opportunity, great resource, great thing to have with you on the trail. Don't weigh much of anything. Allow you to do some things that are a little more precise, a little more refined than simply the awl on your knife or the tip of your knife blade. A great resource to, once again, make a hole. This is Clinton Miner from Sawtooth Bushcraft. Hope you enjoy this little short video on how to use a gimlet to make a hole. If you've got questions, put those in the comments. I will put a link to this particular product that you can get onto Amazon and find and have those at your disposal in your resources as you go forward. If you enjoy this video, really appreciate the thumbs up, If you like the videos that we've been sharing, both about preparation and about bushcrafting, really would appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button. Helps us to help you to share more information. And as we always say here at Sawtooth Bushcraft, if you're prepared, you're never really lost. Thank you.